Good afternoon. It's really good to be with you, and I hope everyone is really well and keeping your spirits up. I know things have really changed in the last couple of days and possibly not beyond what we thought was going to happen, but it's still a shock, and it's another shock on top of lots of other shocks that came last week. I've been thinking about those shocks and how we react to shock as human beings, and of course we react to shock by seeking comfort, and often we seek comfort from the people around us, or we go and we seek comfort in the things we like to eat or to drink, and maybe we throw ourselves into work when we're traumatised and have grief and things to process. Of course, at this time it's much different to that. We can't hug the people we love. Well, hopefully you can if you're in a household with people. And many of you are trying to struggle through the day, working from home and trying to have your children around. That's pretty difficult to do. And maybe your space is just being taken over. And all those things that help you to process trauma and grief and shock and different things that happen to us in life have all been stripped away. And so it becomes really, really difficult to actually find any semblance of normality, and really difficult to get that sense of comfort from one another. That's why we're putting these videos up on YouTube, really, so that we can still listen to one another, and you can still see us, and we know that you are watching. We hope and pray that it does give some comfort to you, and especially to those who are on their own at this time. To all who are frightened, we pray for that comfort to be in their hearts and in their minds. Thank you for all that you are doing to comfort one another, for the phone calls, for the emails, for the texts, for the WhatsApp messages, for the little videos. And I want to say that you are all still part of one community. We are part of the Church of England, and the Church of England will continue through this, and we will come out the other side. We might come out a different shape, but we will come out the other side. This morning I was watching the news, and they were interviewing a clinical paediatrician. She's been on the news quite a lot, actually. I think her name is Latifa. And she was talking about the fact that we have power now. We have the power to make a difference between who lives and who dies in the coming weeks. And that's a shocking thing to say, that's a shocking statement to make, but we do. The power is in our hands to stay at home, to do as we have been asked. And it's really tough, really hard not to be able to be together, not to be able to have that comfort I just spoke about. And I know from many different phone calls that there are many tears and many broken hearts, many things that you are all trying to live with in a different way. I want to say that I'm crying for you, with you, and praying so much for all of you. And you are all held in my heart. And remember that yes, we do have the power, but the ultimate power is God's. And He gives the comfort. And when we realise that, we can let go. When I went to my selection conference for ordination, a friend of mine gave me this to take with me, to put on the bedside, so that I remembered that actually I am held in the hand of God. I am held by Him, whatever might come. And that hand of God will never stop holding us. I love this and have it on my shelf in my study, just as a reminder that actually on the tough days God still holds me, but God holds you as well. And that lovely passage from Isaiah that reads, "Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine," echoes through my head and my heart as we speak this afternoon. So one more thing to keep you thinking maybe. I found a poem that speaks of beauty, of holding on to beauty. That beauty cannot pass, its loveliness increases. I'm just going to read the beginning of it because it's quite a long poem. It's from Endymion by John Keats. "A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but still will keep a bower quiet for us and asleep, full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth." You give beauty into my life just by being the people you are, by giving all of the gifts and talents that you have. And now we need to give beauty into other people's lives by taking comfort from one another where we can, and by staying at home, perhaps taking time to think, to reflect, and definitely to pray.